Did you know that one modern tank costs about 3 Bugatti Veyron cars, 60 BMW X5s, or 750 Hyundai Sonatas? Welcome, welcome. This is War is Algebra, and I'm your host, Daniel Salem.
Watch this.
On the battlefield for Ukrainian independence, dozens of types of tanks are in combat, including NATO tanks from Western partners and those from Ukrainian Army reserves. Since 1991, the Ukrainian Army has chosen the T-64 as the main tank in the armed forces. Over the course of its existence, the machine has undergone numerous modernizations. Today, the protagonists of this episode are one of the most popular tanks in history, the T-64 and its newer sibling, the T-80.
I am the commander of the T-64 BD tank, and now I will tell you about my baby. This is my baby, the T-64 BD tank. It has dynamic protection and a guided weapons system. It can fire various types of ammunition, such as high explosive fragmentation, armor-piercing cumulative, armor-piercing subcaliber, and guided weapons.
The tank was developed in Kharkiv in the early 1960s under the leadership of Alexander Morozov and became the progenitor of a new generation of combat tanks. The T-64 was the first tank in the world to be equipped with an automatic loading mechanism for the gun, allowing the crew to be reduced from 4 to 3 people. For example, on Leopards and other Western tanks, the crew consists of 4 people.
The T-64 tank has a crew of 3 people, the tank mechanic driver, the gunner, and the tank commander. The mechanic driver is responsible for driving and maneuvering the tank. The gunner controls the weapons and fires, while the commander is the brain of the tank, managing the crew and assigning tasks.
Reducing the crew from 4 to 3 soldiers made it possible to significantly reduce the dimensions of the machine, providing a range of advantages: lower visibility on the battlefield, lighter weight, and consequently, better maneuverability and dynamic characteristics. Specifications: weight, 42.5 tons. Crew, 3 people. Length, 9,225 millimeters. Width, 3,600 millimeters. Engine power, 700 horsepower. Maximum speed, 60.5 kilometers per hour. Range, 600 kilometers. The T-64 is equipped with a 2-stroke turbocharged diesel engine -5 TDI, with 5 working cylinders and a power of 700 horsepower. It is horizontally positioned and has small dimensions, positively affecting the overall size of the machine.
On this tank model, the engine 5 TDF is a turbocharged diesel forced induction, 2-stroke. If it is necessary, this tank can accelerate to 65 kilometers per hour.
Watch this.
The main armament of the T-64 tank is the 125mm smoothbore tank cannon. Additionally, there are 2 machine guns, paired and anti-aircraft.
The feature of the weapon is the 125mm smoothbore cannon. It excels over those in Western armament, as it can operate from concealed firing positions. With a high explosive fragmentation shell, I can operate at a range of up to 10 kilometers, as stated in the manual. But we have fired from this gun even further up to 11 kilometers, and even a bit more. The projectiles are universal, suitable for both the T-72 and the T-64. The tank can perform 36 artillery shelling rounds, 28 in the conveyor, and all the rest in the non-mechanized tray.
Weapon specifications: cannon, 125mm, machine gun, 7.62mm, anti-aircraft machine gun, 12.7mm.
We engage fire from the cannon, take a shot, and the cannon is reloading. The machine gun paired with the gun cannot fire while it is reloading. However, in the meantime, as the reloading is taking place, I can fire from the anti-aircraft machine gun and prevent the opponent from raising their head. It forces the opponent to refrain from malicious intentions. He is frightened. While he is scared, another projectile is on its way. In other words, we use the anti-aircraft machine gun to fill the gap between shots from the gun. A distinctive feature of the T-64 tank is that it fires from the machine gun from inside, from the turret, without exposing itself.
While the gunner controls the gun, the tank commander controls the anti-aircraft machine gun. Inside the turret, he has all the necessary tools for this.
The tank commander has an anti-aircraft mortar installation where he can shoot from the inside. This includes the sight and instruments to control left, right, up, and down. I look into the sight and shoot, and I manage the crew from this position.
The armor of the T-64 is composed of several layers with different properties that effectively resist all types of ammunition, both cumulative and armor-piercing.
This is dynamic protection that defends against cumulative projectiles. Also, my tank has a special feature. It is equipped with mine-clearing devices called trawls, which create passages and mine-explosive obstacles. These chains create tracks.
Following the tank, other armored vehicles can confidently move because it clears the road from explosive devices and other dangers.
I love my baby very much. We have been through a lot together. Many outings. We've had many adventures, and often it has saved us. I didn't give it a name because it had or could have a different crew. It would be awkward if everyone called it differently. It might get offended.
Overall, the Kharkov-produced T-64 became the precursor to all other main battle tanks, T-72, T-80, and their numerous modifications.
Watch this.
This is the T-80, a trophy tank obtained by Ukrainians from occupiers fleeing the battlefield after a counter-offensive in the Kharkov region. At that time, Russians, out of fear, abandoned a lot of their equipment.
This machine was captured in the summer of 2022 in the Kharkiv region. It was blown up on a mine. We dragged it out, did our own repair, replaced parts that were torn off, welded, improved the armor. We worked on it for about a month, and it turned out to be a very good machine.
The world's first serial tank with a single gas turbine power unit. It consumes a lot of fuel but moves quickly.
Runs on kerosene fuel.
750 liters per 100 kilometers.
The significant difference of this tank is its maneuverability and speed. It's a very fast machine, a big plus compared to the T-64.
Specifications: weight 46 tons, crew 3 people, length 9,656 millimeters, width 3,525 millimeters, engine power 1,100 horsepower, maximum speed 70 kilometers per hour, range 600 kilometers.
I pushed its speed to even 75 kilometers per hour.
The armament of this tank, like the previous one, can shoot almost 10 kilometers. Weapon specifications: 125mm cannon, 7.62mm machine gun, 12.7mm anti-aircraft machine gun. However, this trophy tank only has a single machine gun, but the guys say they managed to destroy enemies with it.
High explosive, cumulative, and armor-piercing shells. Reload time is about 8 seconds between shots.
Where another machine gun should be, they installed additional protection for the tank commander.
Recently, we installed a shield for the commander because he had no protection, and he kept snagging the body armor. We welded the armor ourselves, taking side plates from the T-72. This is also from the T-72.
What the tank lacks is night vision devices or a thermal imager. This tank doesn't have them, although they can be additionally installed.
There is an option to install a thermal sight. It would significantly improve combat capability. It's not here, but tanks where they are installed, they say, have very good thermal imagers. Touch-A system for units on the gunner's side and for on the commander's side. After practicing or during work, if the commander signals to release smoke, I have a control panel. Just flip the switch. It flies up to 400 meters. And in a minute, when it reaches the temperature, a good smoke appears.
Дым пойдет хорошо, завалишь, он не будет маскировать. Где-то минутка, да, проходит.
As you can see, the age is not an obstacle. A 30 or 40-year-old technology, inexperience, and reliable hands can easily complete the mission and restrain the aggressor from your territory. My name is Daniel Salem, and you're watching War is Algebra. Stay tuned.